Making good time. It's just 6:30. Hey Donnie, did you fix that windshield for me? It had problems. Very streaky problems caused by the windshield wiper coming on with some dirt on the window. Good morning, Ruby. You running or papering today?
No, I feel a bit more with it, so I'm going to try to run today.
Yeah, well, the problem for Don now is we're leaving and he wants to not sit down and it's too dark to go.
Too dark to run.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually kind of bad until
it really cools off. Where you
I can run later or whenever I want, but right now, I mean, it's going to be
95 at least. Yeah, we could break the record today. Yeah,
right.
Thanks, weather. We really appreciate it.
So, anyway, so I have got to run this morning if I'm going to do it. And, like, that is a real problem because it's like I got, like, 15 minutes to kill. And it's really hard not to sit down for 15 minutes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Not foggy out here this morning. That's a relief. And just a little hint of color in the sky at 73 degrees on our way to 95. It's only 7:07 a.m. We've made good time this morning. I don't think I grumbled about traffic one time. The sign over there still implies that Wilmington Street, which is the street we're on, is closed beginning today. But everybody sure seems to be heading up the street. So I'm going to do that. And if I got to bail east and then go back north again, I will. Johnny and I were talking about 9/11 on the way in this morning. Pretty heavy conversation. Don and I, after he went to bed last night, watched the documentary on the History Channel, 102 Minutes That Changed America. And wow, just wow. It was kind of like reliving watching the news coverage, plus a whole lot more that I'm not sure we all really wanted to know, but probably need to know. Yeah, I recommend it, but have a Kleenex ready. And I guess if you felt, you know, upset, agitated, worried, all the emotions you experienced the day of, you probably experience again when you watch the documentary, which of course is why it's a pretty powerful documentary. I've told the story before, but just in case, I'll give a brief version. Don and I had traveled on business for IBM out to Phoenix, Arizona through Sky Harbor International Airport. And we were at a user group conference. So we were giving presentations and talking to customers and trying to sell our product and trying to help service our product. And obviously it happened on a Tuesday, and we were supposed to fly out Wednesday morning and we couldn't, and we hung around until sometime on Thursday when it was pretty obvious that the airports were going to stay closed for a while. You know, they had closed down all of air travel over the whole country. And sometime, I believe on Thursday, we set out in a couple of rental cars we had, because there were no new ones to be found, but Don had a rental car and another member of our extended team had a rental car, and 5 of us with the 2 cars, we caravanned back to Raleigh from Phoenix. We didn't really, we didn't stop anywhere. You know, we had enough people. I didn't do too much driving, but we had enough people to drive that we just kept going, and we got home sometime Saturday morning. Yeah, I had foster puppies from the SPCA, and I had neighborhood kids taking care of them. So I was only supposed to be gone Sunday afternoon through Wednesday afternoon. And they really were real troopers and kept on taking care of the puppies. And yeah, it was, you know, you remember, those of you that went through it, it was just a really scary time. So, but yeah, that was the conversation. Like I said, it was pretty heavy for early in the morning. So it's Thursday, and I'll be back to the school this afternoon for robotics. Johnny is in beta club today, and he's more helping me at robotics this year versus participating. I guess maybe I still hope that might change throughout this sometime during the season, but I'm not counting on it. I have a lot of new 6th graders this year, and a few other kids. Hopefully there'll be even more show up today. We were just a little lighter than we should be to have 2 John Deere sponsored teams. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm looking forward to that. Johnny will be back at Taekwondo tonight. And that's mostly what we've got going on today. I'm not planning on hauling home any more furniture. After 4 days of trying to go without my allergy medicine, I give up. I'm going to go buy some more. I'm fairly miserable now. I knew better during ragweed season to stop. The Halloween section at this store is looking better than Fuquay, I have to say. It's all out and up, and it just looks better. I was looking at my options for possibly replacing Don's lamp and lampshade. I didn't know, but it makes total sense that they now put USB ports in the base of some of the lamps. Well, at least the display isn't empty here. Wow, that's definitely a car I've not seen before. Look at all the Hot Wheels this store has. Well, I guess I'm gonna be here looking for a while now. Look what I just found! It's official. It's a Model 3 Jackpot. These cars have not been gone through before. See how flat and straight they are down there? Final count, 7. The inflatables are cool. I don't see any new ones I can't live without. Johnny's opinion may vary. Well, that was very exciting finding those because, you know, Don and I are going to be at a National Drive Electric Week event this Saturday. And now we'll have a few Model 3s to give out along with the Model X's I still have in the trunk. Not to mention we've got track day coming up, and, you know, if there's kids up there, I might give away a few there, or also Blue Ridge Parkway Drive. Yeah, so I got lots of reasons to want cars this time of year. So that was awesome. And I did remember the Allegra, and I'm not upset about the fingernail that I broke. I sure do love my welcoming home committee. Hi. Hi. Good boy. I'm in Ruby on my way back to the school. Yeah, I was just home watching YouTube videos, taking a nap, and breaking up cats that were not happy with each other today. It was Tux and the other tuxedo looking cat with the white striped nose who does not have a name and is very feral, and sometimes comes up to the area where the other cats eat looking for food. Be fine if he did that, if Tux wouldn't get so upset about it. So I think everything's okay back there, but yeah, that's how I spent my time this morning. And I decided to take Ruby this afternoon. I'm going to get over to the school very early and hopefully have my choice of street parking underneath where the security cameras are, and life will be good. Wow, there's not a cloud in the sky this afternoon. Look at that. That's the most clear I've seen downtown, and I just can't tell you. And I would say Wilmington Street is closed like they promised, because there's some other sort of crane down on the road up here and sort of to the right of the building under construction. It's up in the air 10 stories at least, something. So yeah, I suspect I'm gonna have to turn up here and find an alternate way over to the school. Not a problem. Just hope they don't plan on keeping it closed for a long time. Get their thing done in a day or two. Because this sign over here, it says it begins on 9/12. It doesn't say anything about how long they think it might last. Alright, here's the moment of truth and just my stress. There's not one, is there? Maybe right here. Phew, this is perfect. Even though when we load up in the afternoon, there isn't a lot of traffic on the street, I still prefer to turn off automatic doors. Even though I know to come from the front and not the back, I still prefer it. It makes me feel more secure. I just wish I could do it by location so that they would always not function here at the school, versus having to come back out and remember to turn them back on again. But, you know, the first time I grumble because the door doesn't swing for me, I remember to go in and open it. So I parked myself because this spot's basically 2 spaces wide, and I was afraid Ruby would not pop up the ability to park. You know, putting the camera up and the lines that the rear view, you know, the camera shows, it's really not very hard, obviously, to parallel park in a space that's 2 spaces wide. So I think I'm close enough to the curb. I use that the mirrors point down. I find it very helpful for not having rim rash. Matter of fact, I don't see how you could be paying attention in reverse with the mirrors down and the camera and actually get rim rash. So make sure, you know, you've got your profile adjusted so you can see good going forward and see good when you're backing up. I know it works different for different people, but I think I've got mine adjusted where it works out good for me. It's very helpful in protecting Ruby. I had 2 crazy things happen on the way here today. One was on that curve near the house, they are putting in landscaping. Huge holes and huge magnolia and Leland cypress trees. And the landscapers had left their truck basically pulled in, but out in the middle of the road, even though they had room to move it. I don't understand why it wasn't pulled. I mean, I understand they had room to pull it in. So I had to slow up. I couldn't tell if it was just infringing on my lane, and those lanes are so narrow over there. Safely got past that. Then up by the Taekwondo school, right as I came up to Main Street, a Mustang went around the car at the stop sign there in the Taekwondo parking lot and flew out onto Judd Parkway to get in the left turn lane. And he went around the person at the stop sign and cut me off. And I guess, I don't know how somebody can drive like that. Yeah, it startled me, and it startled the poor lady at the stop sign. Thankfully no one was hurt. I sure wish folks would be more thoughtful. You know, what you do at speed out on the interstate versus how you should be downtown, Main Street, small town USA, kind of 2 different things. So, but I'm here. I'm here. I really like this spot because it's not near carpool. And there's a big security camera right there. So this is one of the new mission models. They're building some sort of a building here. And coaches get to build too.
What?
What do you got to do with this one?
So you need to lower as many beams as you can and have this top piece resting on the beams. And it's 10 points per beam, maximum of 60 points.
That's too complicated for me. So this one starts down. You have to pick it up, but you have to not knock it the other way when you do that. Yeah, it does go the other way. It'll be mounted on suction cup to the table, so, but it can go both ways, and you got to lift it and not keep going. So I think things went pretty good today. These kids are pretty fast builders. Yeah, we're not done, but I feel absolutely confident that we will be done on Tuesday. We had a lot of hands on deck today. I didn't count, but there was over 10. And we made good progress. Now, you know, Johnny on Thursdays is in beta club because he got such good grades. And what did you do at beta club today, bud?
We form committees for different issues, and the committee admin is helping collect stuff for Hurricane Dorian.
Victims, people that need supplies. Mm-hmm. Is it going to be just food or other staples?
Food, school supplies, stuff like that.
Okay. Johnny says we need to find some boxes. We had chicken. This is my friend when I eat. Yes, she is. That's nighttime. And yep, we tied the record today, 96 degrees. Johnny herding the cats for me. Have a good time, buddy. So the Fuquay Arena Arts Center has been open for a few months now, and it's regularly busy. People parked all around over here by the library and this older part of downtown, going in there for various activities. I think there are art and dance lessons and things that happen in there. So after I dropped Johnny off at Taekwondo, I tried to catch a few Pokemon, and then I was gonna go do a time lapse of the sunset. It was starting to look really pretty, and as I drove toward the water spot where I wanted to do it, there were some low clouds on the horizon, and it pretty much zapped all the color out of the sunset. So that was kind of a bummer. Oh well, maybe another night. I've kind of been wanting to catch the sunset, but you know, now that the time is starting to shift into fall, I may have some additional opportunities. So today's video session for Don YouTube was Dr. Ken Berry, B-E-R-R-Y. He's another doctor that believes in the low carb, keto, intermittent fasting diet, which Don and I are still doing. We're still only eating 1 meal a day, and still checking our blood pressure, or blood sugar, and Don's checking his blood pressure to make sure things are good, and they are. And yeah, we're sticking to it. We're both you know, have lost a good bit of weight now, and pretty committed. It's easier to do when you have somebody to do it with, and yeah, I learned a couple things today. Was motivational to stay the course. So we're pretty committed at this point. So I should have reported on this Tuesday, but Ruby is now over 60,000 miles. Lifetime that we've driven her is 60,347.6. And today we added on 106 of those miles, with a really sweet watt hours per mile for our Model X at 333.